Hey everybody, it's Pastor Daniel with Connection Church. Today is day 18 of our 40 Days of Purpose, and we have a repeat interview. Our first one, Austin from day 2 is back. Austin, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Daniel? It was just such a successful run the first time. I haven't checked, but we had the least amount of views when I was on the first time. We thought, hey, let's bring him back. Let's make sure we
That's
we
right.
uh, we do better, right?
That's right. We're going to do better this time. Today's reading actually talks about the experiencing life together, and so the importance of us loving God is the first purpose, and the second purpose is to love others, and the way we do that is through fellowship. And this experiencing life together is really important because it talks about in order for us to really do life together and really honor God with this purpose that He's given to us, we have to have a few things. And he talked about authenticity, being real with each other, mutuality, which is giving and receiving, sympathy, which is like when you're in pain with each other, you share each other's burdens. And then he talked about mercy, which was fantastic. So as you were looking at today's reading, what jumped out to you?
Yeah, I think when reading and thinking about those different ways that we're called to live together with one another and called to fellowship with one another, one word really popped out to me, and that was intentionality. Because I don't think you can live authentically and mutually and sympathetically and mercifully unless you're doing it on purpose, right? Those things don't just happen on their own. It's
Right.
something that you have to really intentionally think about going out and doing with whoever it is that you have a relationship with. My relationship with Haley, my wife, hasn't gotten better over time because it just naturally happened, right? It's because we spent time together. It's because we trusted each other. We've been authentic with each other. We've had mutuality, and we've been sympathetic with one another, and we've shown each other mercy. And I think that obviously there are special ways that you do that as a husband and a wife, but really as brothers and sisters in Christ, we've been called to all have that type of relationship where we really take time to intentionally serve one another and
Mm-hmm.
fellowship with one another.
Yeah, the thing that jumped out to me was he said in the authenticity part of today's reading, he said, people wear masks. He says they keep their guard up and they act as if everything is okay in their lives. And I thought, man, right now we see people wearing masks all over because of the pandemic. And it really does affect, we can't see everything. We can only see their eyes. We can't see if they're smiling or if they're upset. We can't see those things. And so spiritually, we need to take our mask off. We need to be real with each other and actually get past the shallowness of just chit chat and really get down to sharing life together. And
Yeah.
so, what do you think? What changes do you think this would have on your life to be authentically and intentional in this way?
Yeah, for me, I think the type of network that I have and that God has blessed our family with, it's one that's broad, which is a good thing, and I think it's kind of a reflection of my personality and wanting to go out and meet people and engage new people. But also, it makes it difficult. The more friends you have, the more difficult it is to kind of dig deeper into a relationship with each of those friends. And so, I think I've been a lot more intentional in prayer lately about what contacts and people in my network, friends, family, whoever that may be, do I have that I need to spend more time with, engaging
Mm-hmm.
and intentionally living and fellowshipping with, and maybe what friends or contacts do I have that God is calling me to take a step back from, not cut off completely, but
Yeah, but
really intentionally
prioritize.
focus. Sure, prioritize
Yeah,
and focus on these different relationships. And again, that doesn't just happen accidentally; it has to happen on purpose. And so I've been a lot more
sure.
intentional in prayer to help determine where that time needs to be spent.
Yeah, that's good. That seems to be a recurring theme from some of the days prior is that we have to make intentional steps in our lives and choices to do what it is that God has purposed for us. So we've got about a minute left here. Give us some words of wisdom. What do you have for us?
Yeah, for me, I think one thing is when, pre-COVID-19, when I was able to go out and visit people in person, it was a lot easier for me to be intentional with those people. But since all this has gone down, there have been several times where personally I felt alone. I felt like forgotten by some friends and family. And it almost makes you feel like you're not important when you don't hear from people. And so I've been encouraged lately to think of people that I haven't reached out to recently, especially since the pandemic has happened, and to reach out to those people, encourage them, love them, and just let them know from an intentional standpoint that I do care about them and that they're not forgotten.
And that is really, really good. Today, the point to ponder is I need others in my life. And the flip side of that is others need you in their life,
Absolutely.
or you need others in your life. Did I say
Yeah.
that the same way?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys know what I mean anyway.
Yeah. You need
Let me
others and others need you. Yeah.
exactly. Just flip it.
Yeah.
I'm going to share today's verse. Galatians chapter 6, verse 2 says, share each other's troubles and problems, and in this way, obey the law of Christ. God's put us to work together for a reason, so let's do that. Austin,
Absolutely.
thank you for being intentional and authentic in this interview today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Daniel.
All right. And for everyone else, we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.